Aloha, this is Tom Lesher with the weekly Pele Report, April 27th, 2011. I'm here on the Big Island and I am now wanting to talk about the moon in Pisces. Today's Wednesday. The moon is in Pisces until Friday. It goes into Aries. And Pisces is the water. Pisces is the chaos. Pisces is the end and the beginning. It's very powerful today, actually. Venus is in square to Pluto, which also has to do with endings. So we have the situation of Wednesday and Thursday and even yesterday of really coming in touch with a time of closure, and particularly with Pisces, a time of uncertainty. Neptune, Chiron, both in the sign of Pisces now. We're in a collective consciousness state of chaos. Things are changing rapidly and dramatically. I'm going to have a link to a Tom Kenyon explanation of a Hathor channeling of what is going on having to do with chaos and how it changes our perceptual points, our identities, what we hold on to for security, what we hold on to for an identity. This can be a job or a routine or our money or our partnership. All of these things are going through rapid transformation now. And it's creating a tremendous amount of anxiety, a tremendous amount of uncertainty about the future. And of course, the basic bottom line is, who am I and what am I? It's a time of making choices. I've been speaking about all of this energy in Aries, and particularly this weekend is a very powerful time again of choosing, of making decisions, as Mars comes into a conjunction with Jupiter in the sign of Aries. It is a time of a new birth. And so we can say that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will be these days where there's revelation that happens. The Pisces is also the culmination of the whole entire cycle. And when things come to a culmination, all of the shadows, all of the unfinished business, all of the karma comes back to us so that we can clean it up and so that we can let it go. And we can accept what was, accept what is, and do our apologies, say that we're sorry, and accept the praise and accept the joy that comes from others or that we feel inside ourselves, and then let that move and let that go on. Saturday, Venus comes into an opposition with Saturn. So this whole time period here between Wednesday and Saturday, and even into Sunday, we have this time of the shadow element. And it's no matter what your intentions are, no matter what your ego explanations or rationale for your actions and for your deeds and for your words, this is a very important time to listen. Saturn in Libra says our partners, our business partners, our intimate partners, the people at the grocery store, they're reflecting back to us our unspoken, perhaps our hidden intentions, our hidden motivations. It's the shadow side of ourselves. And we can kind of talk ourselves into this, that, or the other approach to living our life. But when we also listen to the feedback, then we see the unconscious motivations, and those are important. It's important for us to integrate our conscious with our unconscious and not just blame, reject, respond with anger. We know Aries has a lot to do with anger. It's I don't like this the way it is. And with Venus in Aries, sometimes it's I don't like myself or my impulses the way that they are. So it's a time of really letting go of a lot of self-judgment Even though there may be bad news, the whole thing is the Mars Jupiter this weekend says look to the future. Set new beliefs, set new ideals, call forward your inner power to create. When things are falling apart, when you're losing your partners, or you're losing your job, or you're losing your money, or you're losing your house, and this is all part of a freeing process. Believe me, this is a time where we're being stripped of our old identities, stripped of the old means of security, the old ways of habits and patterns. And we want to believe, we want to trust that there is a divine pattern. There's a divine intelligence. This is the Jupiter. The Jupiter in Aries is our right brain. Our intuition says this is for something. And we're kind of caught in between. I love that picture of, the trapeze artist. We're in that place where we've swung and it's time to let go of the trapeze, and we're up in midair, and we haven't grasped on to that new trapeze yet. The new reality, the new identity is beyond our grasp right now. And so we're hanging in midair. Of course, we're moving. There is this backward motion. We're moving into the future, but there is nothing to hold on to. And the longer you can relax, the longer you can pause, the longer you can not freak out and grasp for the first relationship, or the first job, or the first new house, or the first new dollar, but hang, meditate, sit, and experience your infinite self that is complete and whole and spirit and does not need. Then this Mars Jupiter kicks in, and Sunday and Monday. Monday we have then the new moon in Taurus, a new set of values, the start and the beginning of a new cycle. And these new values will be founded, that it's like the more we can hang in that empty state and experience our unlimited, infinite potential, the wiser our choices are going to be. And we're going to approach that future making those right choices. Instead of acting out of fear or need, we will act out of a place of contentment, of peacefulness. And we will open our hearts and come from a place of love that is creative, that is the God self. Because we're in a time now where we can shape and mold and create our realities with whatever thoughts and desires and impulses are really coming from our core. So don't jump the gun. Aries sometimes can jump the gun, and the Mars Jupiter can just want to have this over with, and I'm so uncomfortable. I just want to, find the first place to land. I'm like a helicopter running out of gas, and I just got to put it down. You're not. You are eternal. You're not going to run out of gas. You're not going to run out of money. Love will always be there. There will always be a partnership. There will always be some reflection of your wholeness and in completeness. So sit in your wholeness, meditate, do your yoga, swim with the dolphins, get out in the sun, get out in nature. Mars and Jupiter show us, the trees show us how little, particularly here on the island, you've got these ohia trees that grow out of the rock. I mean, nature shows you just how little you really need. to be happy, to be full, and to be the full expression of yourself. So this new moon coming up in Taurus on Monday is a time to ground, and it's a time of really putting your actions, your impulses into motion. And don't get lost in the lower vibration about fears of survival, but rather enjoy the moment and the simplicity that Taurus represents and symbolizes. The simple time, the simple being, the 5 physical senses that give us the perceptions and the joy and the completeness that we can have on this beautiful planet. Get outside. It's springtime, and you will find the total bliss of nature. Aloha, namaste. I wish you the best. Talk to you again next week.